Welcome to the April 15th, 2024 Advance Report from McGowan Group Asset Management clients. Weekly broadcast designed to address current issues in the market. The title of this week's program, The Dented 2024 Rally. Leading to the question, is the rally over? Look at this. Dow hits a high, 39,889. That was back at the end of March. And boom, what happened? Most of it this week. Well, it was the inflation numbers that corresponded to the sell-off. March CPI, which I'll show you in a second, came in at 0.4%. The month before February was 0.4%. Now, if you annualize that number, you've been running at 5% inflation for the past 60 days. That's up from the trailing 12 months of 3.5%. Boom, Fed rate cuts off the table for now. What's going to happen? Well, they sold off U.S. Treasuries. 10-year Treasury went to 4.38%. And what did we see here? The sell-off in the Dow. The Dow at the lows of the week near 38,000. That's just a 1% gain for the year so far. S&P 500 managed to hold on to a gain of about 8%. We'll get to that here in a second. Tech stocks had a nice deal there. So you can see right here, these are the inflation numbers. That's the peak of inflation in 05. Then we get the inflation numbers, the peak of 22. Then you came down, looked like inflation was under control until the last 5 months. Is the gasoline increase going to drive further inflation? Well, West Texas Intermediate crude topping $87 at the end of the week, up over $2. An imminent attack, according to the Wall Street Journal, from Iran on Israel, which of course would lead to retaliation, likely their energy infrastructure. Now, correspondingly, we look at the year-to-date returns. S&P energy sector now a whopping 18% so far this year. Well, the NASDAQ's only 8%, so energy is pulled ahead of technology. There's a pullback in NVIDIA going on there. The AI supercycle appears to remain intact, and we'll cover more about that in future programs, so be sure to subscribe and like it if you like it. And S&P, that 8% gain. So the dented rally, is it over? Well, that's going to be the question going forward, but I have some deep intelligence for you on the earnings reports. So we've only had 29 companies report. By the way, I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman with your weekly fast-paced tour of the global financial markets. I'm president, McGowan Group Wealth Management. We serve affluent families right from the Crescent in Dallas. You can find us also at networthradio.com or themcgowangroup.com. Whoa, this is actually some good news behind the scenes. It helps to look at the numbers. Thanks to Stephen Norris, Super Chuck Norris. He pulls these each and every week during earnings season. How we doing? Well, this is not bad. Only 29 out of 500 companies. So we'll call it roughly 6% of the companies reporting so far, but so far so good. Sales growth for the companies, 5.2%. That's pretty healthy. And earnings growth, 22% for the companies reporting so far, and it's consumer discretionary leading the way. We're going to update this each and every week for you so that you can see, wow, how we doing on earnings. Last quarter was about an 8% gain in earnings year over year. Yardeni's predicting double-digit gains in profitability, and that may become a more important headline. The Federal Reserve probability that they'll cut rates. If you're saying, well, when are they going to cut rates? September, a majority of the forecasters believe that the rate cut is delayed till September, and then you have 2 subsequent meetings before the end of the year where the majority probability is they've already started to come down. That could resume the rally, which over-anticipated the Fed cuts. This number also says you've got the earnings wind at your back. Yardeni was predicting for 24 and 25 about a 20% increase for the 2-year period in earnings. And if that comes to pass, he's pretty accurate, then what you've got is a much different picture of a gloom and doom. Instead, you've got AI supercycle driving productivity, driving profitability. I'm Spencer McGowan. Thank you for tuning in. Find us at networthradio.com. Set your time for a brainstorming session that will result in an investment plan outline, and we'll show you what's in the portfolios right now. Thank you for tuning in today to Net Worth Media. We also have Apple Podcast. Simply type in Net Worth Radio and boom, it'll hit your phone right then. If you also go to networthradio.com on a browser, you're going to be able to meet the team. You can see our performance track record, the model portfolios that go with today's broadcast. Also at networthradio.com, the longer play podcast is available there as well. We're grateful that you've tuned in. Remember, when we talk about a security, it doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until we actually complete a written plan for you by Zoom or in office or simply a conference call. So you reach us at networthradio.com if you want to get that arranged. Market fluctuations and how to handle them. We build high cash flow portfolios, and past performance doesn't guarantee future results, so you do have to be ready for challenging markets. We can build more cash flow during challenging markets than we can when everybody's happy and everything's up, which is when we tend to raise tactical safety. Those allocation strategies are here at networthradio.com. Thank you for tuning in.